No matter who you are or what you're into, everyone is susceptible to losing motivation in some aspect of our lives. Hi, I'm Spyn, and today I'd like to talk to you about burnout and some of the ways I found to get over this creative roadblock. Those of you that have been following my channel for some time now may have noticed that I do a lot more live streams than I do actual video content. This is because for some time now, I've been dealing with just a stunning lack of creativity in order to push out new and interesting content to you guys. Finding the drive and motivation in order to overcome this has been quite the challenge. So I would like to share with you my thoughts on burnout and how I managed to overcome this so that you can too. First things first, let's talk about what exactly burnout is. So burnout is basically when you no longer enjoy the things that you're doing, to put it very simply. Beyond this, burnout is the feeling that you get when you believe that you have no agency. You have no ability to control the circumstances that affect your job or your chosen art form. This could be because you lack the seniority in your field in order to make decisions that affect what you can and can't do, if we're speaking about the workplace environment. If we're speaking about artistic endeavors, this could mean that you lack the essential spark or muse that originally inspired you to create in the first place. As my personal experiences are much more, and let's be kind and say, artistic thought processes, we're going to kind of stick with that, although all of this can be kind of applicable to really any sort of burnout. Burnout is easy to fall into, as when you're first starting out, you're very excited and you just sort of pour everything into the projects that you're working on. This can unfortunately cause you to become rapidly obsessed with being perfect. This perfectionism can lead to what is known as writer's block in writers. Who knew? But because you become so obsessed with making these deadlines and being more creative and being more unique than you were before, it starts to eat away at the original inspiration and joy that you had for the thing in the first place. In short, you stop thinking about this thing as something that gives you joy and an adventure of self-expression, and you start thinking about it as a 9-to-5 job. I know that for me, that I stayed up almost all night making sure that my script was ready so that I would absolutely have my video out in time. Subsequently, this led to a dramatic drop in quality in videos in my own eyes, because I was just rushing to get things done. This may or may not have been true for everyone that watches my content, but to me, my video quality and ideas were not only slipping way below the standards I'd set for myself, which, in retrospect, may have been too high, but I was beginning to run out of ideas for new content every week, and it became a struggle to come up with something new to present to everyone. The horrible thing about tying your self-worth to your content is that when you do not live up to your own standards, or your video just doesn't do as well as you think it should, then you start to feel terrible about yourself. All of these factors then begin to coalesce into a certain amount of dread to making content. And from there, you begin to lose the will to create or to engage in what you have created. In short, when the thing that you loved most becomes your job, you stop wanting to do it. And just like that, your drive and motivation is just instantly gone. So let's say that you're fully entrenched in burnout. You have no motivation, you have no drive, you have lost your muse. So what do? How do you dig yourself out? Well, there are a few ways to do this. However, we really should clarify that it is unlikely that you're going to be able to inspire yourself. Inspiration usually comes from without, not from within. So the first piece of advice I would have in moving past all of this would just to simply take a break. That is, if you're able to. Do not continue to force yourself to try to create or do when your heart is just not in it. You will produce subpar work. And let me ask you this. What's more important, to create something great or to create something average because it's Friday and a video is due? It's okay to take that step back and go do something that you truly enjoy doing. And when you're ready to step back in, you'll be able to, but this time with a new fire and a new fervor. Breaks can be significantly beneficial to you, psychologically or spiritually if you like. Sometimes what you need most is a little time to yourself, a change of scenery, and a chance to recharge those batteries. But what if that doesn't work? What if you've taken a break and you've gotten away from it and you come back and you're still stuck? You still can't move on. Then what do? This is the same question I had to ask myself because I took that break. And when I came back, nothing really changed. I still lacked inspiration to create. So the next thing you can try is to find inspiration in other people. This is what I did. I found inspiration in other people's work. People that were truly excited about doing the things that they love. I ended up watching a ton of videos and seeing how much fun these people were having making these videos. It wasn't work for them like it had become for me. And because of that, I remembered what it felt like when I first started creating, just for the fun of it. And I wasn't obsessed with deadlines and analytics and how many views something got. I just wanted to put something out there because it meant something to me. These other creators reminded me why I started making content in the first place. This seeking inspiration outside of yourself, along with the break, can sometimes be what is necessary to put things back in perspective and to show you why you got into the thing in the first place and before you got lost trying to perfect something or trying to make a deadline. The quality of your work and the message of your work is what truly mattered. And if you can manage to rediscover that, then you can dig yourself out of burnout. I genuinely hope that you're able to do this. And so I hope these tips are able to help you dig yourself out. But there is something that can help you before you get to that burnout stage. A sort of ideology that can stop it before it even gets started. That ideology should be that the quality of your work is vastly more important than the quantity of your work that you put out. That your deadlines do not matter. If it means pushing out something for the sake of pushing it out, this will lead you down the path that ends in burnout. All of that said, there's another piece of advice that I found that can truly help you out when you're working on a project. Remember that it's only the first draft, and the first draft of everything is shit. Okay guys, that's going to be about it for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and more importantly, I hope this was able to help some of you. Sometimes as creators, we feel like we absolutely must put something out there for you guys, and we forget to take care of ourselves, and because of that, we end up in bad situations and bad headspaces that can ultimately prevent us from doing the thing that we really like to do. So remember guys, take breaks, recharge, and remember to self-care. That deadline is never worth your mental health, and ultimately it will cost you more than just one piece of content. So with that, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching the video today. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell. If you're not already subscribed, we definitely love to have you. We're almost at 5K. It's just an astounding thing to have this many people that like this content. Also, tell me what you think down in the comments. Do you think that I got it right? Did you think I got it wrong? Tell me some tips and tricks that you use to get over writer's block or burnout or whatever. I'd love to hear about it. And as always, guys, I have some words to leave you with. If your dreams don't scare you, they're too small. Bye.